We've talked about 10 secret legendary weapons you can find in Assassin's Creed Shadows, but why stop there when there are still 7 more weapons worth talking about? My name is Kodiak, this is Legacy Gaming, and here are 7 secret legendary weapons for Naoe in Assassin's Creed Shadows. There are a lot of ways to get legendary loot in Assassin's Creed Shadows, but in this video, just like our last one, we're going to focus on one specific method of obtaining legendary weapons. Secret chests hidden throughout Japan that require little to no combat and aren't tied to a specific quest, castle, or any other arduous task. If you're looking to rake in the loot with little to no effort, well my friends, you've come to the right place. West of Amagasaki Castle in the Harima region is a small point of interest called the Arima Onsen. It's a rather tranquil spot that you can find by following the waterways just east of Kakagawa Estuary. There you might run into Daitengu, one of the yokai assassination targets, but it's not necessary that you fight them. Instead, you'll want to head to the back of this area where you'll locate a hidden chest, loot it, and claim the Kusarigama Demon Tooth. Believe it or not, this is actually a stealth-focused weapon, increasing the health segments that you remove whenever you rush assassinate by 2. It's a solid perk if you use that technique a lot, but it is limited as these types of assassinations have a tendency to spark aggro from other enemies nearby. That being said, having Demon Tooth equipped almost guarantees that your rush assassinations will be a guaranteed kill. Legendary weapons always seem to wind up in the place you least expect them, and in the case of the Iga's Flame Katana, that holds true. I found this weapon in one of the most tranquil spots in all of Assassin's Creed Shadows, in the far east of the Yamato region, right next to the Mount Nukai viewpoint. The spot itself is this serene oasis with long grass that flows in the wind, like I said, the last place you'd expect to find a legendary weapon. From the viewpoint, turn around and use Observe mode to try and locate the hidden treasure. It'll take a bit of wandering around because it's rocky and incredibly steep, but eventually you'll find the hidden chest and you can claim Iga's Flame. This is a fascinating katana that I can see fitting into a number of bleed, poison, or daze-based builds. That's because its perk adds plus 2% affliction buildup per adrenaline chunk filled. That's good, but does require the constant use and accumulation of adrenaline, which is easy enough to do if you are constantly using your active abilities. The challenge here is to avoid capping your adrenaline, thus limiting how much extra buildup you're getting. That 2% might not seem like much, but on elites or even guardian enemies, you'll be able to sneak out an extra 10%, possibly more, just by using this weapon. It's a good one, but requires you to build and play a specific way. One thing I wasn't expecting in Assassin's Creed Shadows was to find legendary weapons scattered amongst other opportunities for other legendary weapons. It's rare to see developers, especially Ubisoft, stat gear the way they've done in Shadows, but who am I to complain about free loot? For this weapon, we'll need to head to Ibu Highlands, east of Nagahama, and the Kashiwabara Fortress. Now, we're not clearing this area, even though it's only got 1 Samurai Daisho, something we talk about in our recent 10 Secret Legendary Weapons video for Yasuke. No, this time around, we're heading to the northern part of the fortress, which is relatively quiet, free from enemies, and this spot here, where a legendary chest is just waiting to be looted. Inside, you'll find the Kusarigama Featherstorm. This is a rather special weapon, mainly because it's well designed around the Kusarigama weapon type and gameplay. Its perk instantly charges posture attacks whenever you hit multiple enemies. If you've used a Kusarigama for even a little bit, you'll know how easy that is to do. Holding your heavy attack is arguably the easiest way to hit multiple enemies, and if that's chained right into a posture attack, that's some huge DPS potential. If you're an offensive first, parry later kind of player, this weapon is for you. Just northwest of the Otogi Pass in the Iga region is Shamagahara Valley, a location you might stumble into if you are completing the early game assassination quest, Go Die of Wind. Killing this target will grant you some loot, but that's not the real prize in this location. Instead, loot the legendary chest at the back of the camp to claim the legendary katana, Masked Death. This is one of those legendary weapons that's sneakily good, mainly because its perk helps keep your combat connected, whether you realize it or not. What it does is maintains your posture charge after a dodge, essentially allowing you the freedom to dodge an enemy attack and then immediately counter with a fully charged posture attack. In other circumstances, your dodge would break the charge and you'd have to hold your attack button down again, but in this case, you can dodge and then let it rip. Like I said, it's sneaky because on the surface, it's not a flashy perk, but in reality, it's incredibly strong. If you're looking for a powerful legendary katana that you can pick up early in Assassin's Creed Shadows, then look no further than Bloodshade. This weapon is found just west of Osaka in Azumisetsu on the northernmost ship off the coast of the city. Now this is where I'm breaking my rule just a bit because aboard the ship are quite a few enemies, but you could technically reach the legendary chest on the uppermost deck with little to no combat, but it requires some patience and stealth skills. I, for what it's worth, chose to kill everyone on the ship, including the elite guarding the legendary chest, and then claimed my prize in relative peace. Bloodshade is a solid, legendary weapon, especially if you're a more cautious player when it comes to Naoe's combat. The perk makes it so that affliction buildup isn't lost over time, which means you can attack, dodge, run away, parry, whatever you want to do at your own pace, and that affliction will never disappear on an enemy. That's important because the weapon has innate bleed buildup, and when the meter fills up, the enemy will take a burst of additional damage. If you don't have to worry about how fast you have to attack an enemy, you can take combat at your own pace, which might just fit some of your playstyles. Set back deep in the northern part of Azumisetsu is a small location called Tezuku's Lair. Honestly, I would have never found this spot if I hadn't been checking on something else entirely and stumbled into it. It is a small bandit hideout deep in the forest, and it's actually one of the best spots you can hit early in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Why? Because there are only a few enemies and you can get an easy legendary Tanto. There's really no secret here, guys. Just pathfind your way to the location and clear out the few enemies that are there. In the main building, you'll find a legendary chest and your reward, the Igan Sunset Tanto. When the Igan Sunset is equipped, your escape strike will slow down time. Escape strike allows you to perform an attack and then dodge backwards by pressing B while holding either a light or heavy melee attack. That slow time effect is really nice, as it allows you to reposition quickly before re-engaging with the enemy. You can actually chain this effect and essentially fight in slow time since there's no restrictions on how often you can use escape strike, which does seem a little busted. In a quiet part of Yamashiro, just northeast of Little Leaf Glade, is Saramaru Shrine, a tranquil spot far away from the hustle and bustle of the city. At the very back of the shrine, on the top of a small rise, is a legendary chest with the Kusarigama Deathbloom. This is one of those legendaries I could take or leave, but it really depends on what you want out of your weapons. Its passive perk increases your impact on alternate attacks. Now you might think that increases damage whenever you alternate your attacks, but that's not actually the case. When equipped, your alternate attacks actually push enemies back further. There's something to be said about tossing enemies into environmental objects, especially with the Kusarigama, but overall this is a pretty mediocre utility, and when compared to some of the other legendary weapons available in the game, doesn't really rise to the level. So there you have it, 7 more secret legendary weapons that you can pick up in Assassin's Creed Shadows. If you have any questions about this list, or you want to share your favorite legendary weapon for Naoe, leave us a comment down below and remember to subscribe for more videos like this in your feed. My name is Kodiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching and play on.